Coach Mick. I just want to welcome you to this fake live stream. And I want to show you a little something here. Here we go. Let me go to here. Okay, that's going to be live in a second. Let me go over here. And I'm going to go to this first one here. Play from current slide. Can't do that. And I'm going to show you something here in a second. And there I am right there. About how I position myself for a really good job. And there we go. And it all starts with my resume right here. So I'm going to take you over to my resume. There we go. And I'm going to come back here. I'm going to make this full screen just so I can be cool. And play from current slide. That's okay. That's a go. All right, so this is basically my resume talk. When I started, this was my resume years ago, and you can see it was pretty bad. This was back in the 80s when I was probably in high school, or just getting out of high school and trying to get my first job. And as you can see, my resume started to evolve a little bit into this one right here. I had a few more jobs in there, but you can just see where it was pretty weak, where I had some really bad paragraphs, no power words. Who's going to read all that? Pretty crazy. And so, anyway, then I learned about resumes, and I learned, okay, it's good to use power words like develop and initiate, or manage and evaluate, right there, things like that. And then I got a great job offer, and then I ended up, here's my resume once I was at my real job. So it started getting better. And I had a couple jobs on that. Now, I got a good job offer at a really big club, and they needed my resume. I'm like, holy cow, this is all I got. This is my resume. And the Max Health and Rack Club was June 1988 to present. That was a long time ago. So I had to come up with a new one. So I went online, learned about resumes, and I came up with this. And that was it. That was my resume. I went and took this job. And the bad part about this is when you have a resume like this here, and they're asking me, hey, tell me a little bit about the national pilot sites for 10 and under, or tell me a little bit about how you train and assist the desk staff, or let me know. And so I had to keep telling them about this. Tell me a little bit about how you, let me see where the schools were here. The Snowbound Open, how'd you do that? Or let me know how you did. And so I had to just tell them how I did everything. And it was very difficult to try to paint this picture in somebody's brain on how to do something. And so what I did is when I got this job offer here at the USTA National Campus, one thing I knew how to do just because I had a home-based business was build websites. So I said, well, why don't I just build my resume into this website? And so what I did here, if I can click on this, see if it'll click to that. There we go. Better go over here. Michalowski, authenticate. There we go. This is my resume. And I figured rather than tell them what I was doing, I'd show them what I did. So in case I was showing them, like in the schools here, I talk about, and the way I set it up on every page was like this, like schools. These tabs were actually all the strengths they were looking for, and it was a combination of two different positions. But I said, here's my strengths, and then I use those power words: introduce tennis, develop largest, created, write, coordinate, train, spend, create, record with power words. But bottom line, here's what I can do for you. I can create turnkey after-school programs. And I showed some examples. Of what I did. I'm going to play this just really quick, see if it plays in the thing. I'm not sure if it's going to... All right. And so forth. And then I showed them some examples, then said, hey, if you hire me, this is what's going to happen at the campus. And did that for everything in my special events. I showed them all the special events I ran. So I went over here, and there's a Snowbound Open, I think was that first one here. Yeah, I told them about the Snowbound Open. Here's what I did. Here's some pictures of it in action. Here's some other things that I did. And I went through this whole array of things that I did. And the great thing about that was I didn't have to explain it and paint this picture. This resume actually painted the picture for me. So that's kind of how I did it. And that's about it. So I'm going to go with that, see if I got the sound out of there. I got that. I'm going to end the show right now. If I can get over here. Here we go. Where am I? Right there. End the show. And thank you very much.